Hello, I'm Diane. Welcome to my channel, Diane's Sewing Room. I'm not in my sewing room today because some of you said you'd like to see some vegan treats for Christmas. So I'm making a carrot cake today and I thought I'd share it with you. So let's get started. So I'm using this tin and it's 21 centimetres in diameter. Now you can use a slightly smaller one. I've lined it with this liner which is slightly smaller. I'm not really finicky about the size of the tin. I know some people say they don't turn out right unless you use the correct size tin. I disagree because I've changed my cakes around quite a lot and used different tins to suit the purpose. So this is what I'm using today. So the line was something like maybe a couple of centimetres smaller, so I've just squashed it down so it fits. But you can just use baking paper. So that's 21 centimetres in diameter, so I'm using a round tin today. And here's what I'm using. So I've got some buckwheat flour because this is also gluten free. I've just got some plain flour that is free from range, Asda. And I use this quite a lot. This is gram flour, so it's chickpea flour. So I'm doing a mix of the three of those. So that's the flours that I'm using. I normally use brown sugar, I haven't got any, so I'm just using regular sugar today. I'm going to be adding in some raisins and some walnuts, and I'll be breaking those up into small pieces. I have 2 medium-sized carrots, which I have peeled. 1 banana. I've juiced a lemon. Rapeseed oil and some soya milk. Bicarbonate of soda and some baking powder. And some mixed ground spices. So that's what I'm using. So first of all, I'm going to grate these carrots now. So I don't do them really fine, I'm just using the large grater, so that's this one. So the carrot, once you've grated it, in case you're wondering, it's 100 grams of grated carrot. And then your banana, you're going to peel and mash, and I just do that with a fork. Now your flour needs to total 250 grams, so I'm going to do a mix of these now. So, hear my dog's barking. So I've got bicarbonate of soda, 1 teaspoon of this. Baking powder, 2 to 2.5. I'm using, my flour is plain. If you're using self-raising flour, you'll need less. I'm going to give it a little bit extra for luck because, like I say, all my flour's plain. I need that bit of rise. Mixed spice. Good one, that. Sugar, so use brown if you've got it, but I'm using white because I haven't today. So 150 grams, look, my scales are so old fashioned. I can move that up so you can see. So 150. I'll do just under. There's quite a lot of sugar in this cake. It's a big cake though. Now I've got some sultanas. 85 grams of those, 85 grams or thereabouts. And then the same of walnuts. Now you can mash up your walnuts, you can hit them with a rolling pin, put them in a bag, push them up that way, or you can just break them up into little bits. I like them in chunks, so I'm just going to be breaking mine up. Now for your oil, you need 100 ml of oil. Then you need 200 ml of your plant-based milk. So I'm using soya, but you can use almond milk. Put it in the same jug and then mix it up. And then we're also going to be adding in the juice of one lemon as well. So this wet ingredient has to go in last along with your carrot, because as soon as you add the wet ingredients, then it all starts to activate the baking powder and so on. So we've got our banana and carrot left to go in and our wet ingredients. So I'm going to put my carrot in now. Mix that up a little bit. Banana. My lemon juice. And my soya and my oil. And mix it all together. We're going to pour it into our cake tin, which is lined. Tap it to bring the air to the top. And it goes in the oven at 180. So you can make this cake that I'm going to make with regular flour, but the one I'm making today is gluten-free and vegan. So please follow along if that suits you. I know that not everybody likes Christmas cake or Christmas pudding, so this might be a great alternative for you on the run up to Christmas. So if you're going to go ahead and make this recipe, it is my own recipe and I have listed it below in the description. So you can follow along with the video, but you will have the full recipe below, so you can check that you've got everything beforehand. Now if there's anything in there that you don't like, or that maybe you're allergic to one of the ingredients, or it's just not for you, it's just not to your taste, you can adapt it slightly. So if you want to take out the walnuts, you can replace that with, say, coconut, but make sure you do it to the same weight. So the amount of weight in walnuts, so it's 85 grams I've put in there. You could put coconut in, you could put a different nut, you could put some other fruits, some other dried fruit in there if you wish, or you can increase the quantity of dried fruit. So that's up to you. Coconut will change the consistency slightly, but I have put coconut in my carrot cakes before in the past, because I do mix around with the recipes sometimes that I've made myself. So I do like to change it up. So sometimes I will make this same sort of cake recipe without the carrot, but put sometimes more banana in, or chocolate chips, things like that. Like I said, different nuts, different dried fruits. So you can adapt it. So just feel free to have a little experiment, but the overall thing is to make the sort of weight sort of the same, and it needs to be the sort of same amount of wetness, especially if you're making it gluten-free, because gluten-free baking does tend to be sort of more wet, and then you pour it into the pan as more of a batter. With regular cake, when you're making it with regular flours, I do find it tends to be drier. So you can also change the oil as well. So you can use olive oil if you wish, but again, it will change the flavour slightly. And you might have a favourite oil that you like to use, or you might want to use a combination. So please do have a play around with that. Oh, just one thing I'd like to mention, as a lot of you are here for sewing and not baking. If you like what I'm wearing today, this is a simplicity pattern. So it's got deep cuffs, it's a sweater, and it's straight bottom. So I'll stand up a little. And it's one of my favourite makes of the season, and it is this pattern. So it's 8982. So if you're interested in making this, and I like the high neck, which is great for this kind of cool weather. So if you're interested in that, I will pop that below, the link to that below as well. Now, if you enjoyed this today, I would love it if you would like and subscribe and leave me a comment and let me know how you got on if you tried it out. So that's all from me for today. I hope this was useful to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.